Tool.
Yeah,
There you go. Right. Well, then we just opened up on the word tool. So there you go. Welcome to Fanmail.
Now they get it. Now they get it.
Now they get it. So this was the debate that was going on.
Well, that's even worse to go back and do a recap of what we were talking about before we started streaming. Let's just start at the beginning.
That's what I was trying to do, but I mean, just for context, right? Like, I cannot start the stream at any point because they will not give me a gap to give this stream a logical start. They'll just talk persistently, and I don't know the best point.
You want us to talk or not talk? We can not talk. James, let's not talk for the rest of the day.
Not talk when it's appropriate not to talk, and then talk when it's appropriate to talk.
Can you stop a gazelle from running? Can you stop a giraffe from reaching tall stuff? Can you stop a tiger from being striped? Come on, Danny.
You can with a pump gun.
A pump? What kind of British murder machine are you talking about? What is this?
You know, like a blunderbuss.
A blunderbuss? That's what you guys use over there?
Like an elephant rifle?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought blunderbuss is what pirates use with the big, like, trumpet ending.
No, I'm thinking big moustache and the white hat, and, you know, back in the Serengeti in the 1920s.
His ancestors.
He's my ancestors.
Just dominating all parts of the landscape in the most horrific ways possible.
We were talking about movies, and
oh, you don't want to delve into British history? That's interesting.
And I can't. Out of all of them, I can't believe you've not seen the Super Mario movie because
I've seen Mario.
It was very good. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Really, very good.
I thought Zach did a phenomenal job as well as Bowser. I mean, it had me cracking up all the way through that film, especially when he just started like practicing how he was going to propose to his. I shouldn't spoil the film.
Spoilers,
which is what we were talking about.
I mean,
I just thought it was okay. I'm very impressed with how much gosh dang money it's making.
I know.
I think people are going back multiple times.
Is it a spoiler? I would go back and watch it again. Is it a spoiler to say that the plot involves Bowser kidnapping Princess Peach? Because that's literally every fucking Mario game ever.
Well, that's one of my biggest complaints about the movie is that it assumes that you already know everything about the Mario universe, and that's it.
But is it that difficult to really catch up with that? I mean, it's like I say, every game is exactly the same.
You just take some mushrooms and you're there, man.
But if you don't like if you come up from under a rock and you don't know anything about it, and you're watching the movie, or you're like an older person who never played video games or something, and you're watching it, you don't care about any of those characters because they do zero character development. They're just like, here's this character, here's this character, here's this character. Like there's zero development. So as a film, that was what was
outside of Mario and Luigi, who have some character development.
Slight, baby.
I mean, we learned
like
that
they like hint at it.
Plumbers and that he's got dad issues. I mean, we learned that kind of stuff. And, you know, Luigi. I mean, I'm spoiling the film.
Okay, wait, don't spoil anything. Just, like, here's the thing. Morgan and I get a little. We'll get there later. Somebody says don't spoil movies, and we'll have to debate what that was. But you just spoiled. Like, I didn't need to know the backstory on Mario.
Danny went hard.
That was crazy. I did not know that Mario had daddy issues.
Did you see how I was delicately dancing through the scenario without saying anything about the plot or anything? Just like my general.
I mean, you don't know what those are yet. So there's that.
You don't know what dads are.
He forms a very minor part of the plot. It's fine.
Wow, here we go, Danny. You're doing it again. Don't talk about the plot.
I know, but I mean,
you can talk about your general feelings about the film.
Let's talk about the British in the 1930s now. I thought it's interesting.
Oh, it started way before that.
Okay,
roll the intro.
Okay, fair enough. There was like a loud gong at the end of the intro there, which sounded like.
Was it me putting my coffee down? That?
Yeah, it sounded like someone going dong.
Let the games begin.
It's because my coffee cup is on the same surface as my microphone stand.
You need to get some padding. Anyway, this is Elden Ring number 102. Kicking off with Majourn Thunder.
102. That's hurtful.
I know.
I mean, I think it's pretty good.
That's a high number.
But the deaths are still well below 1,000.
it's how many weeks has it been since the game released? About
a year, so about probably 50 something.
So you've been doing at least 2 videos a week, pretty much. Well, some weeks maybe not, but you've been
Some
doing
weeks
more than
maybe
one.
not at all. Maybe some weeks I don't play at all. Maybe take a 3-week break just to see how it helps me get good at the end game area.
But it also means you've been playing this game for 102 hours at least, if not more, and
That's hard to argue. It's probably a lot more. They're usually like 5 minutes over, so every 20 videos, there's another hour thrown on. So that's probably like closer to 110 hours.
It's like, what's the average first playthrough? Like 30, 40 hours, and then the second's around
No.
10?
Don't.
And then
But the average first playthrough, people aren't 100% doing the best they can. I'm not going to say I'm 100% the game, but I'm doing a lot more than a lot of people. I'd like to put myself up to those average times and see how much of the game those people beat.
Are you though?
What do you mean?
I mean, have you done anything I didn't do?
No, he hasn't done. He's missed a lot of stuff.
And then
what?
And then
How many hours did you play, Danny?
Probably about 48, something like that. It was in less than 50. I think. I can look on.
You did not beat it in less than 50 on your first playthrough.
I'm looking on Steam right now.
Yeah, let me see.
It's probably higher than that, to be fair. But it was less than 102.
Please be over 100.
Yeah, mine was over 100 for
100.
sure. I think I did it 137.
Bear in mind that I've put a few hours in since on various things, but 88.6 hours in total.
Jesus.
But you probably want to knock about 4 hours off.
But you skipped a lot of. I did essentially everything. I was going everywhere. I was beating all of the Everjails. I was.
No, I'm just laughing at the fact that I halved my time to make James feel bad.
Yeah, of course. It didn't sound right at all. It's pretty bad.
Well, but we spend a lot of time exploring and talking. So there's a lot of time that we spent talking that Danny didn't spend talking. Because a lot of times Danny is silent playing Elden Ring.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Manjorn Thunder on Elden Ring 102. I stopped eating meat after Morgan said in a video that pigs are confined in cages that don't allow room for movement. Being vegan is a lot harder. I hope that that's true, Manjorn Thunder. I hope you did stop eating meat. That's a good step in the right direction of reaching moral purity.
Moral purity?
Mm-hmm. Manjorn Thunder, decrease settlement time from 2 days to 1 day, eliminate fails to deliver on transactions, forced by in if a fail to deliver would occur, eliminate dark pools. He's talking about how to fix AMC shorting, I think. Wait, are me and Manjorn Jumi need to hang out.
Wow.
Kamikaze Ice in the Twitch chat, I farted, that's all. Welcome, Ice. Bosox GK1 Morgan, are you going to have James return to Lake of Rot? You found all those towers in the Rot and activated the buttons, but never went on to the final platforms. Did you not do this during your playthrough? I actually did do it. I was trying to get James to do it, but he left. We should return there. Lake of Rot. Write it down.
Okay.
Little notebook.
I have to make sure that we go to the stuff that I wrote down last week also.
Okay.
Is this another thing that James, the Master of Detail, didn't do?
Yeah. TJ Slusher, I'd say James' starting book should be Philosophy for Dummies, right?
You know
Dark
what?
Mage.
100%. That would be a fantastic book, and I think that James, I would like you to write a thesis on your philosophical views of the world.
Well, at least like he could just do like every 10 pages he could do like a 3-hour video about how it's wrong.
It would be a bestseller.
Philosophy?
Yeah. In fact, I just want you to pick apart other people's philosophies.
Danny, do you ever listen to Philosophize This?
I don't. Sorry.
It's really good. It's really good. It's a really good like philosophy 101 class that's presented in a nice way.
Is it on iTunes and all that stuff?
Yeah. There's hundreds of episodes. It's been around forever. But it's essentially what I listen to every time I'm like on a solo road trip.
Nice.
TJ Slusher, I'd say James. Oh, Dark Page. Khaled being over the Lake of Rot. I never thought of that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Did I realize something that most people don't notice?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow, I'm pretty proud of myself. I get burned a little. I get roasted quite a bit. I'm going to take that as a big win.
Apparently, the name of James's book would be James and the Blue Line That Could.
The blue line that couldn't.
Which I think would be a great name for your book. Hello, Bill.
Bo Sox, 52 minutes and 1 second. I effing lost it when James said he would draw the line at something having legs. I had the same reaction as Morgan. And then James flips the question thinking Morgan is asking, when is something an animal? Which makes his answer even more baffling. So something is an animal when it has legs? Morgan, to answer your question, I eat meat, but I have never, nor will I ever eat veal. It's not rational based off of other meat I eat, but for some reason I cannot get past it, so I don't touch veal.
So here's the thing, like the recognizing the irrationality is like the important step to me. Like James doesn't recognize how irrational his philosophies on eating meat are. If you're doing it and you're like, yeah, I know this is wrong, that's a first step to me to like realizing that it's irrational, your behavior.
I don't remember exactly what I said.
We know.
But I am 100% sure that it was correct because I always speak the truth.
All right,
and in any moment that
I hope you never have to go to court, James, because I don't know how well
he'll go straight to prison.
Go straight to prison.
Yeah.
But get good representation is my only advice to you.
The lawyer will just
I only represent myself because I've got the truth on my side.
The lawyer will be like,
actually.
this guy should just go to prison because he doesn't want to work the case.
The problem is when you put yourself on the line as often as I do, eventually the court cases are just going to start lining up, and I won't be able to afford a lawyer for every case. So as long as I'm honest and in the moment truthful to the judge, I can't lose. But let's see what at 52:01 I have to get behind.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the thing we do on the show.
I was like, Danny is not moving.
Or he's seen it and it's so bad he's trying to spare me, and here I am digging in.
I just forgot to set that piece of this show up. If I'm honest. So what? Let me just fill time here for a second.
Okay.
So you want to watch 52 minutes and how many seconds?
And 1 second.
And one whole second.
Honestly, 51, 59, I'd be fine.
Yeah, anywhere in that general vicinity will do you pretty good.
Isn't it great
James,
when
guilty until proven something else?
Yeah,
when things just won't open in web browser? It's great. Tell you what I will do. I will.
You're getting the spinning wheel there, Danny. You're gonna bang it.
There you go.
You're gonna bang it and find out.
52 minutes and 1 second. Well, 51, 55.
No whammy.
It's close enough, right?
If it is something with, I guess it can't just be something with legs. But that seems like a good spot.
All right, we're talking about.
There's no context.
Yeah, so you're saying that animals should be something that have legs.
Wait, I think we got to go a little bit before that to see the full context.
I think we might have to watch this whole hour-long video to figure out what I was really saying.
I think we just go a little bit before it, maybe 30 seconds. I think it's worth it to see.
Let me try and knock a bit of. It doesn't matter. Look, things are a bit weirdly cropped. Do you want me to go back a bit?
Yeah, just go back like 30 seconds or so we could see the question.
That should be fine. Right there.
No, I'm asking you in your actual real life, not a hypothetical.
Okay.
At what point?
I'm trying to figure it out. I've never thought about it.
Does an animal what?
All right, and I know
Become an animal?
It's easy for me to think about what
Like not edible.
I would say.
Okay. Not edible. Well, the thing is I guess anything is edible, but I think I correct myself because it doesn't have to have legs to be an animal.
It can't just be something
Obviously, it could be a snake is an animal, and I guess I'd eat a snake. I have no problems. I would basically eat anything that wasn't going to kill me. And I don't necessarily want to, but I'm willing to.
So it doesn't. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, ingesting things that will kill you is bad, James. That's good. That's a good start. Don't drink turpentine.
With exceptions, sometimes I'll be able to. I'm willing to throw the dice if it's something. Let's call it tasty enough.
Sorry, what's tasty enough that you're willing to throw the dice on death?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It depends. Like,
Fugu?
I don't think you've
Fugu.
thought this through.
I'm saying that
Because how
I don't
do you
want to.
know?
I don't
How
want
do
to.
you
He's trying to
know?
double down, but he doesn't even know what he's saying, so he doesn't know how to double down.
How
Well-
do you know that it's worth
That's what's
tasting?
happening. Danny,
you've
he's
never
trying to
tasted
double
it
down. He
before.
doesn't know how because he doesn't know what he said or even what he's saying now. So it's just
Yeah, he
words
doesn't-
coming out of his mouth. It's just what it
it's
is.
It's like chat. It's like what's it called? Chat GPT trying to make sense of the world.
Well,
right
it's
now.
like this. It's like this. So I don't want to get too into it, but let's say I was to take some mushrooms and it could kill you. I'm willing to take the risk. I highly doubt anything bad's going to happen, but I'm willing.
Would
That's
you
what I'm
eat
talking
an owl? Dark Page wants to know.
Would I eat now? I mean, if push comes to shove and I'm on like
No.
that Joe Rogan show.
What if it was a really, really
No,
tasty
you
owl?
go to your friend's house and they're like, "Oh, we're serving owl tonight. Do you eat it?"
I mean, I don't like chicken, so I imagine I'm not going to like eating
James.
owl.
James, it's
don't
a
like
probably
chicken.
would
it's a
pass.
yes or no question. You go to your friend's house for dinner. They're like, "We have a very special treat. We're serving owl tonight. Do you eat it? Yes or no? No
What I
explanation."
do is I chew on it and I spit
All
it
right,
out and
I
put it
gotta
under
go.
the table.
This is making my blood boil.
Well, I mean
It's
the
a
thing
yes or
is I
no
don't want
question.
to eat owl. I don't want to eat owl. I don't like when somebody
Would
has
you?
chicken at a party. If
you've
somebody
never
put me on
tasted
the
owl.
spot and said they
Would
wanted me
you?
to try it, I would.
Would you say no? And would you be saying no? Would you say yes or no? Answer that question.
If it was something that they
No.
really wanted
James,
and it meant
stop.
to them, I would eat it. I'd say
Stop,
yes.
stop,
James,
stop, stop.
James.
Okay, I'm going to say
James.
some words, and you're going to say yes, or you're going to say the word no.
Okay.
James, you go to a dinner party. They're serving owl. You're there to eat dinner at the party. Do you eat the owl? Yes or no?
That's not enough information. I'll say no.
James,
I'll say
James,
no.
James,
Okay,
James,
I
James,
literally
James,
gotta
James.
go.
No.
Fuck
There's
you
no,
guys.
listen. There's an easy way to deal with that. Listen.
I said no.
No, but let me ask the question. James, you go to a friend's dinner party and they're serving chicken. Would you say yes or no?
No, I would not say. If they were serving chicken, I would say no. I would not eat the chicken. I don't eat chicken usually. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. If somebody had, let's say, rutabagas, I would say no to that. Is I morally opposed to eating rutabagas? No. If somebody was like, I have this special recipe from my family, I need to try these rutabagas, I would eat it and I would not like it. Unless somehow they had some magic recipe for it. So the answer is if they were serving owl and they were like, you need to try this owl, I have made it specially for you, I would take a little bite. But knowing that I don't like chicken or as far as I can remember, any bird-like creature, and it was being served, I would just take everything else and not bring attention to the fact that I didn't try the owl. That's my official answer. And for the record, you can take me to court on it. I'd stand behind it in front of a jury.
Morgan, please come back. Is he actually gone?
If there's one thing I know about Morgan is that he doesn't flinch, and he's probably gone. So I do think we should move on. He might come back.
Explain to me the raw gorilla then.
Okay, raw gorilla. Well, because what he was doing is he was testing my limits of what I was willing to try. Now, would I try raw gorilla? I mean, at the end of the day, because I have no moral problem with it, I don't see any difference. He's totally right. I don't see a difference between a cow. I don't see a difference between a pig, a dog. I don't necessarily want to eat those things, but there's no reason for me to think those beings, animals, are any worse than another. So would I try raw gorilla?
Moral objection to eating a dog.
I don't want to, but like I'm not going to be. It's not because I have a moral feeling on it. I will have no guilt. It's not something that I'm like trying to partake in. It's eating gorilla.
I don't think you should eat raw gorilla because I'm not sure you can eat raw meat.
Again, that I would probably have a whole different kind of scale. I'd probably think, well, is this the type of thing that you should eat, or am I going to get sick? You eat raw chicken, you're going to get salmonella. You eat raw gorilla, I can imagine that there's probably some risks with it. But if, Danny, I went to your place and you were like, hey, I have got the most delicious raw gorilla that you have ever had. It's a meat pate of raw gorilla. Would I want it? No. Would I try it? For you, Danny, I'd give it a shot.
Isn't raw gorilla one step away from cannibalism? Because aren't apes like...
I'd eat human. Like if we could if we could grow it in a lab, and I knew that there wasn't a human being behind it, and they're like, "Hey,
what do you mean?
We grew a little bit of butt.
A human being is a human being. What the fuck are you talking about, James?
We grew a little bit of butt in a laboratory, and I want you to try it. My science friends and I have made this in the same way that we make fake meat with Beyond Meat, but it's Hufu. I'd give it a nibble."
Pill, James isn't trying to appease me, so I don't think poorly of him. If he is, then telling me that he borderline supports cannibalism is not...
It's not that I support it, but if it's an actual human being, absolutely not. Has to be lab grown. Just the cells.
Has to be lab grown. Fuck me, right?
Just the cells.
All the cells button there. By the way, make sure you go and use the discarded palace key so that you can get behind Estelle. And after you beat him, do all the Rani stuff. You made a note of that?
I'm looking for it on the screen and I'm struggling. So where is that?
By the way, make sure
you
go.
Raw Gorilla, which really took me out of it.
Yep.
Discarded palace key.
Nice strings. Now I want to go on Grilla Gorilla. Thanks, Gamefront. You're welcome. We're going to move on from that one. Pelagius. Updated setup seems to be working as intended at 43 minutes and 27 seconds and at 45 minutes 36. In spite of all the hits taken, your stamina barely moves. Although I can already see James trying to guard counter the middle of an enemy combo and getting slapped for it. At 1 minute 9 and 13 seconds, 1 hour 9 and 13 seconds, gravity squeeze.
I don't know what the extra YouTube clip is. I've never seen that posted like that.
It's possibly somebody else's video. Let's have a look. 1:9:13.
What the hell is this?
Gravity spell.
Okay.
We're held up in the air for some time there. We could have a look at what this is. I'm not sure what it is.
It might be a dangerous... I mean, it's Pelagius, so he's always living on the edge.
It's probably fine.
I don't know if DJ Dix is a really good start to... we shouldn't be playing... We'll get in trouble with music. Yeah,
thanks,
it's music.
Phil. Way to sabotage everything. Jesus. Then 1 minute 9:32. The idea of having a great shield is meant to reduce the need in using spells. You demonstrated that perfectly right here, James.
Okay.
After trying the Ice Mist Ashes of War a bit, if you feel like switching to Hoarfrost Stomp, then you might as well level up Mind a bit so you can spam it more freely, since skills crossed with the blue line don't work. Otherwise, growing goals should be HP, Endurance, or Faith. As it stands, you'll benefit more from having 3 to 4 blue flasks. You hardly ever run out of them, and when you run out of FP, your skills are crossed with a blue line and you can't use them, which is sad, but not lethal. On the other hand, when you run out of HP, you're dead.
That's very true.
So it's all about what is the worst fate.
All right. Steve the Ghost. Nice job on the rot dragon tree thing. Expected more deaths. Lol.
Don't inflate his ego. El Mono Mike, 3850. FYI, you just got the cookbook that allows you to craft rock pots. Clap, clap, clap. Great progress, Jibs, and good luck on your next boss fight. Sick face emoji. Great coaching, Uncle Morgs. Grilled Gorilla peace sign. Once you beat him and get to the next area upstairs, go all the way to the upper north part of that area and look for the Everjail to gain a sweet summon. Okay, emoji.
All right.
What reply would you like?
I would say, I don't know.
Cool.
Oh, cool. Sounds great.
It sounds very 90s, which is exactly what we want today. Morgan, thank God you've come back. I'll be honest with you, the last 10 minutes have
Yeah,
been
I
somewhat
appreciate
uncomfortable
it.
for
I will
me.
do my best to not tilt you. I'll be on my best behavior,
I
and I
mean,
appreciate you coming back.
you're on mute.
I actually don't know if he intended to come back. He might just be.
I am on mute.
Oh, you
James,
are. Oh,
James, please don't lie to me.
I'm not lying. I'm going to do my best to be on my best behavior.
You see how that's not you saying that you're going to be on your best behavior. You're going to do your best to be on your best behavior means you're going to try your hardest to maybe do the thing. And that's the stuff that drives me crazy.
Yeah, the
Communicating with you
fake
is
committal.
like getting shot in the face over and over again.
Well, I can be honest with this. I am sorry. It's not that I'm going to try to be sorry or I'm going to be sorry. Right now, I am sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make it up to you.
No, what?
What?
You make it up to me by communicating clearly.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes. I will communicate clearly with you.
It's so hard for him. How? Our whole job is to talk to each other. If that becomes impossible, how are we going to make videos?
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I will communicate well and I will behave. I will behave. God, it hurts.
It's so hard for him.
He doesn't believe himself.
I know. It's just a ticking time bomb.
It's ridiculous that he can't say any of that with a straight face, but he's happy to say that he will eat lab-grown human, and that's morally
Listen,
okay.
we don't need to talk about it because now
No,
I'm on my
I
best
need to talk
behavior.
about it because I'm going to need fucking therapy after this because you know.
Why wouldn't you eat lab-grown human? That's fine, Danny.
Okay. Brad
There's no. You're missing the whole point. There's no. Like there's automatically consent because there was no being that was hurt for the meat. Someone probably volunteered their cells to have lab grown meat
I
What's it?
volunteer
as tribute.
as tribute.
So you would eat yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say I had sucked my own blood. I had
I
chewed
thought
off
he was going to
bits
say
of my
something else
finger.
then. Fucking hell.
What?
You never cut your finger and put it in your mouth?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought he was going to say something else then.
Oh, gross, Danny.
Well, I mean, you know, it's an unexpected sentence to hear when I'm trying to read comments about Elden Ring. Brad Hahn says, if you have the best beast repellent torch in your hand, is that basilisks? Basilisks won't attack you. What is a basilisk? I've heard that term before, but
I think it's like a giant fish creature.
Lizard.
I don't know.
I thought it was a military
lizard,
thing.
Chicken. No, it's
Oh.
based off mythology.
So everything that James ate for dinner. Okay. Does anyone else want to take this one?
Mikhail Rose, great job, Jibs. Looking great. Also did miss a boss in the middle of the Rot Lake. That's what we're going to go back to. GameWord.net. It's good to see Morgan rocking the mustache again. It's been too long.
Does McDonald's grow lab-grown human meat? That can't be right.
No. Danny.
I'll believe anything they tell
If
me.
you clicked on a link, Danny, you might need a new hard drive.
Oh, apparently the basilisks are the curse frogs.
Mm.
But
Ah.
Basilisk in like mythology or like
Yeah.
D&D monsters is
But for the contexts of Elden Ring, they're apparently the curse frogs.
it's like a chicken lizard thing.
I mean, a frog is kind of a chicken lizard thing, I guess.
No, it has like wings and a serpent's tail.
Oh, it does. Now I got to look it up.
Just bear with us when we all look up basilisk.
A basilisk. It's important.
Basilisk.
How do I share this with you guys?
Well, you can send us a link on Discord, I guess. But it is the curse frogs
Oh, yeah.
in Elden Ring. Like if you Google basilisk Elden Ring, it's a curse frog.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but yeah, they did not understand what a basilisk was when they created this.
So there you go, basilisk.
Yeah, but that's not what it is.
Look
I mean, I
how
guess it's
happy
kind
he
of
is.
chicken. I know they're very cute.
He's got chicken beak and frog lizard eyes. He's got chicken arms, which have kind of got wings there.
Look at my link. This is what I think of. I think this is the most accurate. Oh wait, I can open it here. Let me give you a new link.
A lizard's tail. I would say it was mostly lizard with elements of chicken, but no
There.
wings.
Try that one.
Where did you send it?
Into the chat where you just told me.
Oh, in the chat, the voice channel chat. Oh no, that's a very majestic creature, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a basilisk.
Can you? I don't see that. I guess
He
I can
hasn't
go
put
into
it up
Discord.
yet.
It's loading.
He's gonna put it up.
Oh, he just wants to load up Discord. Apparently, that's not the URL that I copied. That's a basilisk.
Yeah, there's the guy.
Oh, hang on. This
All right,
is,
and this is what I was thinking right here. Oh, that's
I like the basilisk in this depiction because it's got literally a chicken's head and also a chicken's neck and body, all the way up to the wings where it's become a dragon. And then it's basically got a dragon's tail, but chicken feet. Now, it seems to me like someone's just cut a dragon in half and a chicken in half and then spliced the two together. That's fine. But I was expecting something a bit more complex than a cut and shot of a chicken and a lizard.
I mean, that's how it is in like mythology.
Yeah, his mythology is not quite real, is it? From my understanding.
But it's what they're basing all of these things off of.
This basilisk appears to just be that one doesn't want to open in a web browser. It's just kind of like trying to download. So
See, this looks more like just so weird to me.
Hang on. Let me see if I can get this one to load. There we go. Now this just looks like a dragon taking a bath.
It's just a dragon without legs.
I thought it was much more fish-like.
So this would not be considered an animal because it has
It's
no
an
legs.
eel with a dragon's head. Is basically what this is.
Pills is sad.
A one-headed hydra.
Oh, it's probably got one too. So.
Pills is real sad. It's nasty.
Why is it just laying antidepressants? I don't understand.
It's just a rooster with a snake coming out of his butt. I don't know.
But why is it just dropping pills out of its instead of eggs? I don't know. That is a rooster with a snake, coming out of its.
Should I get a basilisk tattoo? I should finish off my chest with one of these things.
The other interesting thing about this one is it's got two heads. So which one is the one making the decisions?
I don't see that one.
Oh, hang on. Is it not on the screen yet? There you go.
Oh.
Disappointed.
Yeah. I don't like that one.
Why not, James? It's working out. Did Pill make that himself?
It really just looks like that chicken ate a snake.
Actually, that is literally.
It's coming out of his butt.
Or the snake is just like stealthily sneaking up behind him and they're not actually connected.
The frick? Who's this guy?
Now that looks kind of like Morgan.
That's what Pill's saying.
Yeah, it does a little bit. If you ever made your own Elden Ring character, or you cosplayed, I think that would be great.
Oh, I think this week Mordhau is free on Epic Games, and I think there's cross-platform play. Maybe it's a good excuse to reinstall the game and see how Mordhau's doing.
No.
Mordhau was free on Epic Games the other week, and it did very well.
Oh, did we miss it already?
You missed it already. But
it's not worth it.
It's not good anymore?
Not when there's Minecraft Legends.
Oh, I looked at the game and it did not look like it was getting very good reviews.
Really? It's so fun.
Is it? Oh, you've been playing it, huh?
Yeah, I'm playing the hell out of it.
Well, Mordhau is one of the games that we work with at Mod.io, and when it went free to play in Epic, it shot up to the #1 game.
I love playing Mordhau, but I only played it with Morgan, really. And whenever I played by myself, I wasn't as good.
Because I was protecting you.
wasn't quite as fun without my my mountain. Did you hear about the mountain from Game of Thrones? I don't know how it happened, except for that it was in a weightlifting accident. But he ripped the I think they're called trapezoids, both of his trapezoids in a weightlifting accident. And I think that's the muscle that goes from your neck to your shoulder, right?
It's like the big things over your shoulders, yeah.
And for the record, it could just be fake news. I didn't like follow it up and do any research. I just saw it and was aghast at the moment to just think about that.
Who ripped both his trapezoids?
The mountain.
Who's in the mountain?
From Game of Thrones. Have you seen Game of Thrones, or is it too close to home?
It's too close to home. I can't watch that.
Yeah.
How's the king doing?
He's all right. He's just getting ready for his coronation. So, you know.
He hasn't been coronated yet?
Nope.
I would do it as soon as possible. Small engagement. Close family and friends only.
Just do it at the courthouse.
It is actually a much smaller affair than usual.
Oh, because people were because no one wants it to happen.
Because it's not 1946 anymore, and like I mean, yeah, it's
you guys don't have that post-war glow anymore.
Well, I mean,
that's the most British laugh I've ever heard in my whole life.
I think I don't know. I'm just trying to. Whatever.
You're not legally allowed to say anything bad about the king, are you?
I'm
no, sorry that we put you in this position.
I don't think that's true. I think you can criticize the king if you want.
Can you hit him with an egg? What happened to that kid?
Well, that's what I was going to say, actually, because I think the difference is because even though Queen Elizabeth was, probably not that great in some ways, but I mean, she'd been there a long time, and I think there was at least a healthy respect for her. But like, the king.
I like when she passed, everyone was like, "Don't say anything bad about this bad stuff that she did."
I know
it was wild.
I know, but I mean,
it's not the time. It's not the time.
No one ever threw an egg at her. Is all I'm saying. Whereas I think King Charles people like to throw eggs at him for some reason, for potentially other things. That's probably why the procession route he's taken is very short because the fewer potential for eggs, the better.
I mean, he has the opportunity to be like the best king ever by dismantling the monarchy.
Mm-hmm. But if he wants to just start small, he could just wear eggs out so that nobody feels like they have to put it on him in the first place. And then he can decide how he looks in eggs if he just wears them on the way out of the building.
Don't you think if he was like,
standards, he's actually quite progressive, but I mean, by royal standards, but I don't know.
What does that mean?
Because like he does lean towards like dismantling a lot of the pomp and circumstance and like trying to modernize the royal family and stuff like that.
But why does it exist?
Well, it actually generates a lot of money
for
the country, for the economy,
like as a tourist thing.
The tourist thing and as a private enterprise.
They're not just sitting on all the money. They give it back
because the vast majority of what the royal family are involved in is actually a private business, which is a publicly traded company. So actually, quite a lot of the money, the estate.
I believe it was a John Oliver episode that really, it might be Jon Stewart, but I think it was John Oliver that blew the top off of that. It sounds like, from my understanding, it's kind of a big pyramid scheme.
I mean, that's capitalism, but I mean, at the end of the day, we don't deride other capitalists in our society, do we?
Yes, we do.
That's fine. But I mean, you can't single them out then. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if you like Donald Trump, then you have to like the royal family. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God. That was okay. That's good news because I don't.
Disney Speedstorm. Is Disney Kart worth it? Question marks. Scorpion DH, nice review. Not the game for me. I like the flow overall, but maybe take a breath between segments, as it did feel akin to zero punctuation with less energy.
I like the fact you read that out without taking a breath between sentences. But anyway.
Lol James, lol, I edited all my pauses out. Should I do a crazy high energy review and see if I can hold the stamina? Mad Mikey B, I don't see why not. Scorpion DH, I see. Maybe give it a try and see how it goes.
Maybe you
So
could
the
just
worry
in,
is
in
that-
the edit. Why don't you just set the speed of your voice track to be 1.1%?
I could-
and just
I could
speed
Why
it
are
up
we
that way.
the
trying to
energy
do
up.
this?
I
Why-
don't think I'm going to. I've thought about this
Yeah.
a lot more since. Like, I could easily have the energy zero punctuation has. I could do it with 1,000 times more energy.
But we don't
But
need to
it
steal
would
his bit.
sound insane, and it
It
would be
wouldn't be,
stealing his
yeah.
bit.
Because
It
you're not
wouldn't-
an angry British person who has a lot of angry
Yeah.
things to say. It's fine.
So I did think about it, and it's like, honestly, I don't really. If anything, I should be trying to maintain a normal energy level, because sometimes people think I come across as having too much high energy.
yeah.
Unless we're using
And-
the word high differently.
And as
Launch.
a former break media employee, he does know where you live, so there is that as well.
Short answer, no. That one guy sounds like a cash grab. I'll stay away.
Yep.
Lorenzo Orsini. Everyone complaining about microtransactions on a free-to-play game that's only paid to play for early access, which they also give you things for, currency and unlocks, are kind of ridiculous. What the hell do you guys want from a game? If it's free-to-play, obviously the developers spend time and money making it. They need to make money back. And tell me, Fortnite isn't a completely microtransaction-riddled game.
I absolutely agree. Fortnite's
I disagree
riddled
on
with
that.
microtransactions. You do?
Yeah. You don't have to spend money on Fortnite to
Oh,
progress
no, you don't
or
have
anything.
to. Well, but I mean, but it is got a lot of cool stuff you can get with microtransactions. The big difference with it is, and this is the obvious, is in Fortnite there's one character, and that one character can have a different skin for all you want, but they all act the same.
Yeah.
In Disney Speedstorm, there are 4 different classes, and each character is going to fall in one of them. And each of those classes has different super moves, different literal pickups on the map, are varied very slightly. So you do need to, if you want to have all the characters for ranked multiplayer, dump money into it. But that's the same as League of Legends, and I'm hooked. So I'm not complaining about it, but you got to know what you're getting into.
What rank are you right now?
Iron 4, the lowest rank that you can have. Oh, and
What,
Disney
you
Speed.
dropped back down?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wait, how long have you been playing this?
Every day.
All right, James,
4
I'm gonna
hours.
start playing League of Legends without you, and if I
Come
can,
on.
if I can rank up past you within a month, then you have to quit playing.
Morgan, you start at a higher rank than I start. You can only lose rank to get where I'm at. Okay?
How have you- how-
It wouldn't be
what?
competition. You logging in, you start at if the new season starts, I hope that I get put back to a
So
neutral
why don't you
rank.
just delete your account and start again if it's that bad?
Because he
I've
needs to be
dumped
down there. And he
hundreds
can't.
of dollars into these different characters and skins. Thousands over the years.
It sounds like you've been robbed, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah,
I love the game. I love the game.
Oh,
I kind of
my.
agree with the philosophy, though. I don't believe this philosophy that, video game developers can't make money. It is bizarre to me, but it is what it is.
Monster Guy
here's the-
Zero.
Okay, I guess I'll give a little note afterwards of something I have realized since I made this video, because I've played this game a lot more
Well,
since.
it's not free to play, is it? That's just to make that clear for the
Not yet.
outset.
It's you're paying to be part of the early access beta, so you're paying to
Uh-huh.
be a beta tester. But I'll be honest, it's way better
That's the
condition than a
catchphrase.
lot of games that have been released. Like, I haven't had a single crash in the many hours that I've played.
because it's not really a beta.
Well,
It's
and it's
really well
also
done.
Disney.
Yeah, they don't put out a Disney. I'm not sure I like the idea of a pay. It's paying for early access is what it is.
Yeah, it's early access when you're paying for it. What they're really beta testing is how much they can fucking turn the knobs on your grind session.
Yeah, how much money they can steal out of James's wallet is what they're really testing.
Apparently, Erin had never heard the term grinding a game. So when I was talking about grinding it, she's like, why do you keep talking about it like that? It's like, I don't think you get it. Like, that's like, I think that grinding, like, that is the most normal way you call, like, having to go through it. She's like, no, nobody says that.
That's what we
Sorry.
say.
Yeah, it's grinding.
Yeah.
She thought of it as like a sexual thing that I was talking about,
Yeah.
I think, of like grinding. Like a
Dirty Mind
junior
Aaron,
high.
that's what we call her.
Exactly.
Monster Guy Zero. I'm feeling like it's a mobile game, not a console game. Supreme Savage, they should have stayed to mobile.
I heard it was going to be on mobile, and I hope that they do still release it there.
It's a Gameloft game, so yes, they're a mobile game developer.
Yeah, it would be great on mobile.
I think it is on mobile, or will be.
Eagle. I was looking forward to it because I got nieces and nephews that I'd love to be able to because the computer needs a decent. You need a decent computer to be able to play the game. If they put it on mobile, it'll have a way bigger player base.
Eagle, better than Mario Kart 8 DX. The gacha mechanics of this game alone should make that an impossible statement to make. I'm going to pretend I did not hear that, Lamau. What's the gacha mechanics?
I think they must be referencing because the only bad part of this game is the different transactions and leveling up. So I think that must be what they're talking about.
Yeah, I think it means gotcha. Like
Bad Mikey B is telling me it's internet speak or a typo.
Probably better call me, better call me. Who knows? I'm too old for this game, but it's got
I'm too old for this internet.
But yeah, I mean, comparing any of these games to Mario Kart 8 and saying this is better is tough at the best of times. So,
it's really good. I haven't played that much of Mario Kart 8, but I've probably dropped a couple hours into it. I don't know. DX, is that like the Ultimate Edition with all the characters and stuff? Or was that the original name of Mario Kart 8?
I think DX has extra content, I would assume.
Yeah, I have not tried that version of Mario Kart 8.
But even
you guys in your kart games, Jesus Louise, Scarlet Lotus. So I need to help. I'm stuck on this part of the game.
Oh, we don't have to read through this
level up my character to progress, and then it's a glitch, right?
There's a whole back and forth about people not understanding the question. There was a glitch in PS4 that was stopping people from being able to level up, and from my understanding, that glitch was fixed.
Phil, how is it pronounced? That's how it's spelled. Gacha. Gotcha.
So then we can go on up to like basically there because there is a lot of grinding. So people are like, oh, you just have to grind this, but like there was a bug where the button wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
And I think they fixed it.
So what this help thread is basically saying is there was a mechanic which required you to grind, but the button that you had to use to grind it was broken.
Yeah, just in one spot, and I think that from my understanding, it was fixed, or it was not to everybody.
The only thing worse than putting grinding in a game is making it so you have to grind and then preventing you from being able to even do it.
Yeah.
Now that's a cash grab.
D-Static DX1 game looks fun, but the amount of grinding and MTX are definitely a turnoff. Probably going to pass on it. WJ40, we can't buy anything in the game yet. I think they waiting to go free to play to add microtransactions.
So that's partially true. It's not that you can't buy anything because you had to buy yourself into having the currency. So it's the same thing. They're saying that it's not microtransactions, but paying for the Ultimate Edition gives you a whole bunch of coins to pay for microtransactions. So it's still money. Like nobody's fooled. You're paying money for it.
Lord Locke, I mean, this game is from Gameloft and the Asphalt developers. Did anyone really expect anything other than a microtransaction-riddled game? That being said, I don't think it's P2W, more P2 Progress than anything. And yes, the track, character, and overall aesthetic of the game is top tier, which is saying a lot. On PC, there are very few kart racers, one of which is an open source game that stars the Linux mascot.
I have not played that one. I want to try it.
So it's either that or the Sonic Kart Racers, I suppose. Still, Speedstorm is fun, which is the most important thing, really. Grindy, yes. Fun, absolutely.
So I've played the Garfield Racers 1 and 2. I've played the Hot Wheels games. I love them all.
Oh, the Hot Wheels games are fun.
Yeah.
They're great. This is better than that. I have not played that Linux game, and I'm hoping that it's like an old school retro style game, but I have not even heard of it.
We should try that out. I mean, yeah. Out of the kart races that are on PC, like the Sonic ones are actually really good.
I love Sonic Team Racing. That was a lot of fun.
The Crash Bandicoot ones are okay as well.
I've never played those ones, so I felt bad that I hadn't had that to compare it to.
And the Hot Wheels game was really, really good, but I just thought there wasn't that much variety in the tracks, which is a bit of a shame because the thing I liked about Hot Wheels was the same thing I liked about Micro Machines, being a mini car and a real kind of, driving around a kitchen or whatever. And there was only was there 4 different tropes? There was like a kitchen.
I don't know how many because I only played it for a few hours.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't a game that I mean, I loved the actual mechanics of Hot Wheels, but I only played it for one gaming session with my
Yeah, it
niece
played great and it looked
and
gorgeous, but you were basically just going around the same 4 rooms over and over again. The nice thing I like about Disney Speedstorm, even though you're going to have to pour £8,000 in to unlock it all, is just the fact that Disney, through their evil wisdom, have acquired a lot of IP over the years. So there's a lot of variety in tracks and characters, potentially.
I mean, there could easily be like an Avengers Tower and like have like an Avengers come in. There could be. I was just fantasizing about all different kinds of things I'd love to see in the game.
You can put Star Wars in there. You can put the Muppets in there. You can put, Captain Jack Sparrow's in there. You've got all that stuff. But you'll never see it all because it'll cost far too much money.
Yeah. But and on that, they said it's not pay to win. I disagree. It's not pay to win all across the board. But for ranked play, in order for you to use the character you use in ranked play is the character that you have leveled up. So you have to have grinded those characters to get them to the max level. And in order to do that, you either have to pay to get access to ways to level them up or dump, we're talking probably 20 hours into maxing out a character. So it is kind of
pay to win. Yeah.
I mean, it's technically not, but if you want to play in ranked play and you want to have a character that is leveled up, I mean, I guess that's how Warcraft is, right?
That is the very definition of pay to win, isn't it? I mean,
yeah,
you can pay to level up your character to be competitive in competitive mode.
You could just go the hard way to do it, but if you can just pay to get your character there, that's pay to win. Sorry. Oh, and then here comes Zach is a real boy. Great. James is pushing another microtransactions gimmick game. Everyone should look into his previous favorites like Multiverse from WB, Stadia, and anything he can get running on his Raspberry Pi laptop. Also, the term is 10-foot pole. Regardless, great job, James. So thanks for the regardless part. I don't know what I said about a pole, but I've been joking
you wouldn't
with Aaron
touch it
ever since.
with a 10-foot stick. And you're more likely to have a 10-foot pole than a 10-foot stick.
I didn't know what I had said wrong, so I've been joking with Aaron the past couple of days, being like, I won't touch that with a 3-foot pole. I won't touch that with a 6-foot pole. I didn't know that it was the stick that I said. I don't know. I think that probably sticks were. That's a pretty normal thing, right?
A 10-foot stick.
The WB, the Multiverse from the WB, I don't know if anybody's kept up on this, but they, as of June, are taking down their, they're not doing any more updates, and I think they might even be taking down the multiplayer.
What?
Which is a little scary because they have not given already, but they're saying they've already announced that because technically that was their early access, kind of like Disney Speedstorm's doing, and they're saying the official release is going to have a lot of updates to it, and they've got, I don't remember what the release date was, but they have a new release date for the game, but before it actually releases, they're going to take it down so you can still use your stuff in what you call it in
offline and local
multiplayer.
I guess that's not too unusual if it's.
I think it's pretty unusual because they must not be happy with some things. For them to take it offline, like that's pretty crazy. They're going to probably lose a huge user base, which they don't have much to lose now.
Yeah.
But if you need to majorly upgrade something, you're going to have to take stuff offline to upgrade it to then put it back online again. It's.
But they probably should have thought of that before they released the game.
Great views. It looks good.
A 10-foot stick, by the way, is called a branch, just so you know.
Yeah. Or a tiny tree.
A small tree.
I'm going to pronounce this as Foxock.
I would call that Foxock.
Foxock.
It's a mobile game from Asphalt creators. Same concept, just different skins and platform. Running youth backup. This game is not pay to win just yet, and who knows if it ever will be. The developers could easily carry this game all the way with no microtransactions. With that being said, if you bought the more expensive bundle, then you may get a head start, but if someone plays more, they can easily pass you. Almost any new drop for a game is like this, and the way Disney made it all work is, in my opinion, the best way for any game to do. This game is taking heat from every YouTuber I've seen review it, and all say the same thing, that it's just pay to win. But it's really not. there's nothing you can even spend a dime on other than the starting bundles. Wow, James. Way to have
And
an
I
original
partly
opinion on the game.
Well, I kind of agree. Well, he's saying that's taking heat. I've given it nothing but praise. I talk about how much I love the game. I really love it. But I say you got to know that you're either going to have to dump a ton of time into it. Because you say easily pass, you got to play hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And they're saying that the transactions aren't in there yet. Well, you buy into one big microtransaction, so we'd call it a macro transaction for now. But it's still
Isn't it just purchasing the game?
Well,
But
it's
what
only
you're
because
doing
it's
is
in
you're
early access, though. So you're buying the in-game currency. So basically, to buy the game early access, you get a bunch of in-game currency depending on which tier you buy. But
you have a
eventually,
bunch of microtransaction currency for your original purchase.
and at the moment, once you've spent all that in-game currency, you can't buy any more. But eventually, when it releases properly and it goes free to play, you'll be able to buy all the microtransaction currency you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with James. It's just in
But
disguise.
it's still fun. And the only thing I actually disagree with them is when they say you can easily pass it. It's just not easy. You can pay to skip the line and not have to work to be able to compete. Because if you just were like, okay, I'm going to pay all of the money I can and unlock everything and get my Mickey Mouse character be the max level, then you could go into ranked and beat people that didn't spend that money.
You know, I think
'Cause your
people
car
just
goes
have
faster.
different. It's weird, you know, because maybe it's just me, right? But I feel like I spend most of my life working, and then I might play video games for a couple of hours a week if I'm lucky. And I feel
Really?
like people out there just like I feel like there's just a lot of people out there who like complete a game like 2 days after they buy it, and I'm like, I don't know where you find the time to do all this
I
stuff.
play a lot of games every day.
How do you find the time to do that? Or between
I just ignore all the
no-
other aspects of my life.
Okay,
Easy.
it's an easy peasy.
Yeah. As long as you don't mind living in filth and being filthy and not having food and that stuff, you can play a lot of games.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a bit too productive. Tom Ham, there are currently no microtransactions. They will come after season 2,
You don't have to wait for me to get back, but use restroom.
We're not going to.
when everyone on standard and deluxe editions will have used their golden pass credits. So I guess
That's it.
okay. We'll
Make
miss
$749 per day. We become what we think about most of the time, and that's the strangest secret. Okay, I'm looking this guy up.
Honestly. What's amazing about it is where's the spam option? What's amazing about that comment is the fact that it's $749. What a very odd and specific number to make every single day.
I mean,
You can't
I'll
make
take it.
$750, you can't make $748, but you'll make exactly $749 every single day. Sounds legit.
Earl Nightingale, known as the Dean of Personal Development.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a book that he wrote, The Strangest Secret.
So it was just a junk quote from a spam bot to make you click on the profile.
Mm-hmm.
Clean Sweep bought the cheapest version for my Switch on release day, and I'm loving it. Gonna buy the PC version this weekend. Leonardo Dandarad. Yeah, bro, I did the same with my PS5, and I've been in the top 3 for the majority of my regulated multiplayer races.
All right, where am I? What did I miss?
Oh,
Top 3 of my
it's fine.
multiplayer.
It's
We
fine.
did that.
It deleted it.
We deleted the spam. We're on GameFan
Oh,
if you want to read that one.
all right. Pie for the ultimate twice. Both my kids don't like it. I think it's meh, but my wife loves it. For me, I like the feel. I'm sorry. What is wrong with my brain? For me, I feel like during the races, there are just pockets of slow. Like, I can't explain it. The race is going fine, but then it just feels like your character cart is slowing down for no reason, especially on rails. Almost every time I try to drive on a rail, I get smashed into by the person in places 2 through 4.
That sounds like rubber banding. That sounds like very aggressive rubber banding?
No, what it is there are different kinds of racers. So there are some racers that are going to keep
We got
going
that. We
fast.
watched the video.
I don't know if they're just boosting on the rails or if they have an advantage on rails. Also, as soon as I unlocked the battle pass and saw how much I needed to do for weekly quests, I became extremely discouraged. 600 boosts on one specific map, definitely not for casual play. I just hit the 60-hour mark on Xenoblade 2, and I'm trying to hurry through that game before the new Zelda comes out. I was hoping that this Disney game I could get on, but Stitch when it comes out.
Beat my wife.
Beat my wife whenever she
Oh,
thinks
Jesus.
she's getting good. But it
Oh,
looks
no.
like I'm going to have
Holy
to grind
The
for
heck?
anything. Okay.
That is
cool.
not what he meant to write.
It was written very poorly.
Terribly.
So the thing is I can understand it's not
Oh,
for
frick.
rebranding. But if you're a defender and you're behind
Yeah, we
somebody
got
on a
it.
rail,
We
you're
don't care
close
about
enough
this
to
game.
catch up with them.
Cypher 618. I got the alt. You're explaining part of this game every time there's a comment. They can watch the video.
Yeah.
Cypher 618. I got the Ultimate Edition. I don't regret it. This game is awesome, and I can't wait for Wreck-It Ralph and Zootopia seasons.
I didn't even think of those two.
Yeah, there you go.
I
See,
mean,
that's what
there's, like,
Disney is a
unlimited,
treasure trove of IP.
I mean, they own most of it.
Mm.
Simon Kenny, I picked up the Ultimate Edition on Xbox and haven't looked back. The game is amazing. It's filling the place in my soul that Crash Team Racing used to occupy. P.S. This is a great review, and I appreciate that you broke down some of the mechanics like racer classes and pickups. Not enough people doing that. Kamikaze Ice, nice to see Disney continuing their tradition of having hidden phallic shapes. Ice?
Yep, there is a very much a dick-shaped track, which is...
It's undeniably dick-shaped track.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely.
It's almost like
there's
it's
no
almost like
denying
they
it.
can't help themselves. It's just bizarre.
Steve the Ghost, while I'm not interested in playing the game, I am interested in seeing more mini reviews like this. Zach is a real boy. I agree. Thumbs up. Blonde Leo Lion. I got the Ultimate Edition because my partner and I really love Mario Kart and Disney. It was a must-have for us. It is nice you don't have to actually spend money on anything. It just takes time to practice. I'm not very good at racing games, but this one actually works all together, which makes taking your time to unlock everything so enjoyable. Philly D, don't need to spend money. Yeet.
So let me say this really quick. This is going to blow everybody's mind, and I wish I knew this before I made this video. And I don't want to put Erin on blast. She's been playing the game. We've been loving it. We played it for many hours. You can unlock anything in the game. As far as I've found, we didn't play ranked multiplayer, but it might be even the case with that. With driver assist being on the very highest level where it steers for you, and have it on acceleration assist. So the one thing I do like is if you aren't good at the game, they're not going to make you just get locked up and not be able to unlock stuff.
It auto plays it for you?
It's kind of weird. It doesn't completely autoplay it, but Aaron is able to beat me every time with all of the like handicap.
So it's basically riding a bike with stabilizers. It's just
and she's loving it, and I'm loving playing the game with her. Like we're playing it together, and she's not frustrated by learning controls of it. And as long as she beats it, like we're unlocking everything in the game, so it's making it quite easy to accomplish the tasks.
So it's easy mode for people who don't want to play the game.
Which
properly.
I don't really care. I mean,
Which
I hope
is a Disney game, so it's got to be accessible to the largest possible audience. So I mean,
I hope they don't let ranked multiplayer have that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I see no reason to take that away. Like
you need your 5-year-old to be able to race around as a Disney princess and feel like they're winning the game. Yeah, makes total sense. Morgan, have you got a spotlight following you around? That's amazing. How did you do that?
So it's the vignette in NVIDIA.
Ah, is this a new feature?
I tried the eyes.
It looks like a spotlight. I need to try
pull
this.
up.
That's what I mean. Is the James Bond intro going on over here? It's amazing. Is add effect, auto frame.
All right, but we're still
vignette.
reading. Just put me on a comment, and then you can mess with that while I'm reading the comment.
Yeah, scroll up a little bit, and we'll
Just
get
scroll.
to the...
We don't have any controls. If you scroll up a little bit.
it's the tiniest bit.
Okay, I'm just Artisan
There it
Dragon. I got the
is.
$30 version. I'm very happy
But you
with
don't
it.
have to
There's
read it.
so much
Are you
to do.
playing with
It's
the
so
vignette?
much fun.
Yeah, you can,
No, it doesn't
you
work
can
because
play
I'm
with
not.
the thing now.
So
Okay.
I hope they keep updating this game with new races and
He's
jacks
drunk.
and challenges. It's one of the best games they
fine,
could
it's
have
later
had
there.
for Disney's 1 millionth anniversary this year. Big smile face.
Supreme Savage, are you having the same issue regarding to the upgrade error? Artists and Dragons to Supreme Savage. No, the game is fine now. I contacted Gameloft and they fixed the issues I was at. Wait, he contacted them and they fixed it for him? I've been addicted ever since. Well,
Yep, they call that customer support.
And it
Sworn
works, though?
enemy. I mean, sometimes X Sworn Enemy X. I purchased
Just a standard-
pack
Oh,
after 25 hours in, and now I'm a gold tier ranked, and it's actually very competitive. The game is fun. Should be interesting to see what happens after the free to play kicks in.
he's going to lose his voice.
Yeah.
El
But it
Scorcho,
does sound-
this is
Yes.
like legitimate journalism from James. Haven't seen that since he was shoving a banana in people's face at E3 2012.
Is shoving the banana mic in people's face technically legitimate journalism?
Yes.
and he missed a couple of other completely legitimate journalism videos about me.
Yeah, because you used the banana again, if I recall.
I mean, I also like just did regular interviews with the monster truck racing people. Like, there was some legitimate journalism already.
Bill, good job, Jabs. Nice quick review. Might even be a good series for the channel. Game from James did this entire video himself. The script, the VO, the editing. Best $50 I've ever spent.
The check bounced, Danny. I don't know what to say. The check bounced.
Yeah, well, your face bounced and
I hate it.
my bank.
Why are you doing this, Seth?
Because I've been back in 1936 into the Serengeti with my punt gun. And,
Serengeti.
Oh, he's that guy. He's Niall Thornsberry.
Sir Nigel Thornsberry to you.
All right,
Thank you
Danny,
very much.
you gotta progress the thing. You're the only one that's in control, baby.
Listen, why are you in such a rush? This is Elden
Keep it
Ring.
moving. We got a long day ahead of us.
Dark Page. James, come on, man. Hurry up.
Botox 2K1 39.45. Yeah, better apply fire and bleed to that cast iron solid ball.
What?
Does that work? We need to have a look at that.
No, it doesn't. He's
I
saying
mean,
that sarcastically.
Oh, I thought you might be giving him some legitimate advice. What was
Cast
that?
iron solid ball.
39.45. Do you just cast a shitload of spells at a cast iron solid ball?
You don't remember fighting those solid balls?
Well, there's the solid ball, I assume.
Oh.
I'd probably say that was more steel than iron. But
I thought they were saying
But look
that
at
I
the
was
pitting. It
using-
looks like cast iron.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
does
it could
actually.
be. Could be cast iron, yeah. No, it is cast iron. You're right. Yeah.
Almost like these balls want to be mashed.
What's going on?
Have you trapped?
I think so.
Yeah, he's trapped him in a corner between
Oh,
that pillar and the
my.
fence, and then he's just like,
This is insane.
It looks like you can hide in that little corner and they can't hurt you. That's
Yeah, but that's
I think the casting did help. It just has to raise a little bit of damage, right?
yeah. It's just funny though.
Yeah. All right, Brad Hahn at 16 seconds. So what we've learned here is that Morgan has piles. Oh yeah, that's right. James has piles too. Piles of itemized souls he refuses to use.
Mm-hmm.
listen, piles is no joke. I mean, and now, having been stuck in bed for a long time with your dicky shoulder, I'm not surprised you've got piles. I mean, it just
Oh,
happens. doesn't it?
that's not what we're talking about.
More time for,
Yeah, he's got a dicky shoulder.
Yeah, I have a pile that's clothes. I have a pile that's tools, and I have a pile that's electronics.
3 piles is very hard to. You really should see a doctor.
Danny, this is America. You know, you can't see a doctor.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll rub it in.
sorry, man. I forgot.
What the frick? No, I just got a new doctor. I'm gonna go see them on May 1st.
Well, enjoy that while it lasts. Both.
Oh, it's just very expensive.
That's what I mean.
Large portion of my income to have insurance to be able to pay the doctor when I visit them.
Yeah.
You pay for the privilege of being able to pay the doctor to go see the doctor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just less.
It's like a discount scheme. Bosox 2K1 59.19. I think I have already done this. Yeah, okay, James. Halleck Tree will take 15 plus videos if you leave summoning at home. And then lol, Morgan echoes the 15 videos about 30 seconds later. So
That's
he
funny.
he's saying the same thing.
I thought he was making the joke because I made the joke, but we both had the same analysis.
We're supposed to get overground then?
Probably.
I feel like I've already done this, but maybe not. Maybe
I
I
think
just
you already did the Hallie Tree. That sounds familiar to you?
it sounds familiar. I think maybe I got here and then I had to leave real quick because we were in the middle of something else.
Yeah. No, this is where you need to be. This is going to be your bread and butter for the next 15 videos.
15?
Amazing.
If you're lucky.
That's what I mean. Like, this is going to be a long, come on, James. Man,
I
hurry
don't
up.
like it. Come on.
Spartan 31590. 2320. I see Baba back at it again, and to find the one thing that kills everything without challenge. Always great seeing someone playing a Souls-like game for the first time and getting used to mechanics. Would be embarrassing to have, let's say, hundreds of hours playing the game in the series and still not having picked up on this fact.
What?
Wait, did we skip Night Strings?
Yeah, we did. I got a little
sorry.
confused because we
I
skipped
thought
nice
that was this. Sorry, go on.
At long last, the Heen is going to face the Helga tree. I don't know about you, but my beast eye is a quivering with excitement. Let's see how far his Baba Bubbles and Heedy Hammer will carry him. Well, hopefully to the bottom, right? 2320.
Well, we read that. I just read that.
That's the one he just read.
Yeah.
But
Do
do
you
we
wanna
need to
watch
see
that
that or
Yeah, let's see it. Roll.
that tape? All right. Well, this might not be the best tool for every situation. Okay. I like
But
my
sure.
other tool.
Surely you need to be here, though, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, you're supposed to be helping me with that part,
Oh, but not the other
This is
parts.
embarrassing. not the
Yeah.
leveling part.
Oh, I forgot when I said.
So it's fair to say that
It's hard to watch, right?
it's not even that he's played hundreds of hours of Soul games. He's played 103 hours of Elden Ring.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
1546. Nope. That area connects to the place you get to meet Rainy again. There should be an elevator on that area.
Is it Rainy or Rani?
It's not Ronnie.
Hmm.
Maybe it is it's Ranny.
This is a philosophical question that Kamikaze Ice asks, but have you really played hundreds of hours of it if you don't remember what you
That's
did?
tough.
That is a philosophical, like, if you erase your memory of something, have you really done it? Did it really happen? Does a tree fall in the woods if no one's there?
Yeah, it's happened, but it won't help you.
You'd be surprised of the things I can be held accountable for, even though I wake up with no memory in a pool of blood out in the woods. I'm still held accountable.
we wouldn't talk about cannibalism again, and you've kind of gone straight back into that conversation. So,
Sorry.
Does cannibalism really bother you that much, Danny?
I mean, it does when James talks about it.
Well, I talk about it so, like...
Wait, can we see where
deliciously.
that area is at? 1546? See if we need to go back there.
We can do that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know where we're at.
So what should I write to remind you? Just Ranny? Ronnie? Rainy?
Write down. Just write down Magic Mommy.
Magic Mommy?
Uh-huh.
All right. Better mean something to you later.
It better mean something to you right now.
Magic Mommy?
Yeah, Magic Mommy.
I mean, I guess I'll just have to assume that Rainy is my magic mommy.
No, incorrect.
Okay,
I
well,
love,
that was
I love how James is locked in the small, tiny world of presumed OP weapons and never really learned what to look for after all the Souls games he's played.
Jeez, everybody
35,
has the same comment.
39.
Basically.
James trying to weasel out like usual. 36-44. The epic of James and map navigation continues. 43-20. 2 massive hits to out barely 1/3 of your stamina. James FFS. The whole point was exactly to allow you to tank this stuff. It's almost as if you don't know when the bar is full and when it's empty. Like when blue line crosses the skill name, you're out of FP and cannot use it properly. Can we grab a couple of those? I'd like to see James.
So
James
35.
Weasley.
We've seen these things
39.
so often, we don't
35,
need to
39.
worry about it.
Well, you haven't learned yet.
Uh,
I mean, you keep. Yeah. Oh God. Why don't you use your AOE style breath attack?
The rot.
The one that you like to use all the time.
Yeah. Just seems kind
well,
of.
I've just felt
waste.
bad that people didn't want me to use that much. So I try not to rely on the easiest things all the time.
Yeah, but there are situations
way
where
better
you're
to go
supposed to
through-
actually use it.
A huge.
Hey,
About
I
a
told you,
blue
I'm a
dude.
numbers guy, not a strategy guy, not a direction guy. That was a really good call on your part.
What's the next one? 36-44.
Yes.
Do we really need to click on something to see me
Yes, James,
fumble around in
because
the map?
you need to learn it. You need to like if you're. You need to be embarrassed by it so that you can move past it. So you're like thinking about, oh, I should try to get better.
Unlocked the map, but I don't really see anything that would be a map. This looks like it could be a tunnel here.
Hang on, haven't you already
What are
unlocked
you
the map?
looking at?
I was trying to see if I saw one of those little like map things.
You've already unlocked
Where's
all
the
of the
tunnel?
map. We unlocked the entire map like
A hole in the mountainside.
10
right?
episodes ago,
Yeah,
didn't
but
we?
you're underneath that.
I'm underground.
What? What? I
Isn't
don't
that
understand.
crazy? Did you know that there was an underground map like that?
It's harsh. What's the next one?
All right.
43-20.
Oh, come on. Whatever this is, it can only be worse. Oh, actually, I think this might be my redemption song.
Just accept 43-17. Danny, please.
Not very effective at all. Yikes.
They're both routed though.
Good.
Get your weapon out.
Problem is,
Trying, but it's not a good time for it.
my mouse is so sensitive. When I let go, it's just across one.
Yeah.
They have a lot of power to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was all about.
I should turn the DPI down on my mouse. That might help. Bosocks 2K1 says 1928. I know precisely what you're doing here, Morgan. Hopefully James goes and gets that boss weapon.
Yeah.
You need anything written down, or you know?
I tried to tell you at the time. You logicked your way out of getting it.
Okay.
All right.
Can we see it so that I have a little clue?
Mikhail Rose, James personally.
We can. 1928. Isn't that just a
And I
round
guess
table?
At this point in time, people are saying to put.
Does that help?
Yeah, that didn't help me at all.
Okay. Mikhail Rose, James, personally, I want this playthrough to last so long, so keep it slow. Enjoy and explore the game. I love every video and hope for 100 more. Mikhail Rose, you monster. Where is he here? Ulasal's botnet, you have to go back to Moon Mommy and open the chest in the library in order to access the area behind Astel. You already wrote that down, Magic Mommy.
Oh, that's not me.
35-15, James uses a single target fireball when he has a dragon breath in his spell bag. The absolute perfect time to use an AoE spell.
That's where we saw the rot breath be used.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to see it. We just saw it.
Did we?
I think
But
so.
did James learn his lesson?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is a different time.
I thought maybe they were just infinitely spawning,
I don't think there's just a lot of them.
but this ball should take care of them, right?
I don't think the ball's like the mama or anything. That's 3.
So,
You're at
you'd
mama.
already done the rot
Sorry,
breath.
that's you.
What?
No, apparently the rot breath you do later. So yeah, you were just Okay.
Why don't you That's use your-
Well, I mean- I would argue this takes more time,
Yes.
but it might be more efficient on FP.
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
No.
well, no, because you have to do it so many more times.
But they blow each
And
other
why
up.
are you trying to
with
save?
electricity.
Why are you trying to save FP? It's not like you ever run out of them.
That is not true. I run out of them.
When
Not
you
all
do,
the time, but
there's a blue line that goes
it's
through your
not
spells to
unheard
tell.
of.
No, but he always has more flasks. He just dies before he
No,
gets
it's
to
not
use them
unheard
all.
of for me to be out of blue flasks.
It's okay. Do better, James.
104. With Mick. Comment.
Thanks, Dark Page. Bosox 2K1. Can you, for the love of God, trash sell Bestial Vitality? I will Venmo you $10. But then how is he going to have one in each hand? And then you... Oh, no, Bestial Vitality is the
Vitality
spell.
is the slow heal.
Yeah, it's trash.
Why?
Because we've watched you use it hundreds of times and it saved you none of them.
How do you know? Like, how
Because I
do we
watched you
know?
do it over and over again.
But how many times did I not die?
None.
Well, I mean, that's just not true because I was alive some of the times. I lived sometimes.
Pill's saying it restores 600 hit points, and that amount does not increase.
Good to know. Thank you, Pill. That's the kind of information I need as a numbers guy to make choices. And how many healths do I have? How many healths points do I have?
3152. Oh boy, James.
I'm sure that's a good one.
3152.
I don't know if I'm equipped to do more recording today. My gears are already ground. Some lady called Daisy Head.
I can't descend. Is it possible
What's that?
something's trying
What's
to
that
stop me?
background noise?
Oh, I guess I was squatting. What background noise?
There's like a ambient noise from your house
Right now or in that?
on the
In the
video.
video.
In the video, like you didn't put the filters on.
I don't know.
Well, I think the answer was in the question. He didn't put the filters on. He was too busy editing Disney Speedstorm, to be fair.
Bosox 2K1 2444 missed the ladder. Ice. One would think the ladder is blue.
That was a clever joke. I appreciate that joke.
It was a dumb joke.
Generally, one of my favorite part, like not part of the movie, but the whole ambiance of the fact that they
Guess that was the ladder. Kamikaze Ice says
1403.
rejection.
Rejection works good. I was popping it off, and people were falling off ledges, like it was a buckball
Rejection.
party.
oh rejection.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was going to be.
That was unfair, to be honest. Although, yeah, that's funny.
Sounds like you're the one that was talking about movies and
Shut up. I said it was about the ambiance of it.
can
We'll
we
watch that
roll
again,
back
'cause
on this?
Rejection.
No, we don't. Let's best case.
Oh rejection.
I like that you pause for a second and then you just
Yeah, it looks like you got away with it for a second, and then all of a sudden you just flung off, and yeah.
Bosox 2K1 4430. James, you know by now there's another snail. Why aren't you searching for it or running around? This is useless fighting these guys. They just respawn.
Mm-hmm.
He also said, "Come on, don't spoil new movies." But I didn't want to read that one because that was what I did.
I
earlier.
mean,
Sorry.
I guess it's possible that we spoiled something, and it's possible that I was the culprit. But it sounded like I was talking about the ambiance and how it was unapologetically like the acting.
James, why wouldn't we take 10 seconds to watch it instead? Like now you're taking 10 seconds to explain what you think you were
Well, the
saying.
worry
We could have
is-
just watched it.
worry is if there is a spoiler, then we're gonna then spoil it again. So we don't want. If I did make a mistake and spoil something, do we
That's a
really
good
want
point.
to?
I think he's
But
talking
it's
about something
on the
else there.
video. It's going to be there forever.
But do we have to have it on that video and in the right now? Like, what if somebody didn't see this part?
Well, they've had warning.
Yeah.
Is this the right bit?
Yeah, this is it. He's just
on,
fighting
guys.
these guys. You know, it works really good against these guys, like strong attacks or jumping attacks.
Yeah, so I know that there's another snail, but in my mind, I was like, if I can just knock this guy off, I can have a little bit more time to search for it. Because if I don't, then I'm going to be getting chased by them as I'm looking everywhere.
Everybody
Okay, there's
understands
another snail
and believes
somewhere.
you. But that guy's back already before you've killed the
gotta
other
look
one.
Yeah. Which is why I then start to look for it. Because it's like, okay, I'm never going to be able to beat both of them and look for it. I thought there'd be a pause.
Dark Page. Funny thing is, the Clippers went down 3-1 yesterday. Oh, which means they're planning to have an empty roster for next season due to load management. The news about Kawhi's sister is legit crazy. Even crazier that it was in 2019. Well, trials do take time and all. Yeah, the whole thing is nuts. But we've had
I don't
both of
know
our.
what-
So we're in the playoffs right now. We're playing against the Suns. We won the first game, and then we've had both of our superstars out for the last 2 games, and we've lost both of those, or all 3 of the last games. And then Kawhi's sister got convicted of murder in 2019.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who did she murder?
I guess though I didn't read about it, but I guess her and another lady like got into a fight with an older lady in a casino bathroom, and she died.
I see. So it was a fight that got out of hand.
As far as unless it was a straight up murder, I didn't read about
I
it.
mean, yeah, I'd still.
No one comes back from 3-1 Dark Page. Don't start with me. That was a trolling comment. You knew you were trolling me. Coming at me.
James Pelagia says James got rat part of his brain firing on all cylinders, looking for every bit of cheese he could find in this episode. If you look around the second bonfire more, you should find pretty good elemental resist talisman. You could really use it. See if you can incorporate lightning spells in case you want longer range. So see if you can do the lightning rounds. But blue flasks also don't see much use still. Why do you need 5? An hour and 7. Line them up and bonk them down. Across the spells in Elden Ring, I find this hammer spell most amusing. The progress is still decent. Skill is the same, though lacking. Jesus. 44-25. Name the reason why all of a sudden you decided to roll instead of just blocking. You saw the crystal dudes get staggered when they attacked your shield. Can't figure out what's the issue really. Use the shield. It's meant for that. P.S. Now read first word of every sentence. James, if you look, see if
First
you
word.
look.
James, if
Oh,
you
James,
see.
if you see line the name attack PS.
No.
Go ahead, Morgan. Share
the
this
first,
with
the
me.
first word of every sentence, so I guess that's after
Oh,
every full
every
stop.
sentence. I was thinking line. All right, so James, if you see blue line, I mean, we know what it is.
Across.
Something skill. Blue line skill.
Skill.
I
Name.
mean, I get it. He's saying to drink a blue flask because I won't be able to
use
use
it.
his skill.
So bad at
I can't do it.
It says
do it.
James, if you see blue line across skill.
Across
Name.
the
The skill name, you can't use it.
Jesus, did you really need it? Did you really need it?
yeah, you're not
it-
learning yet.
It was a great idea, Pill. The execution failed, but that's more on James than
Yeah,
than you.
it's
But 10 out of 10 for
tough
effort.
stuff. Tough stuff.
Actually, serious question. Why don't you allocate more of your blue flasks to red flasks? Because I think you'll find it'll make a big difference.
Because at the end of the day, let me get them for you, James. At the end of the day, blue flags are red flags.
I honestly leaned heavy on
man.
red flasks than blue because I found myself using I think maximum 2 or 3 blues in any boss fight, and in regular play, it's
But you weren't a caster.
I know that's true.
Done. Bosox 2K1. Are we going to look at these?
You want to?
I think we should
mean,
see 4425.
You want to see
So
44
I can
and
tell them
25?
why.
You don't have to make an excuse. We know why.
Okay, I'll let you tell me why.
Well, isn't this the same one we watched before?
Yeah. But Pill's asking the tough question. Why are James's mechanics switched to something bad?
So why all of a sudden you decided to roll instead of just blocking?
Mhm.
Well, pretty easy. Looking at that, what did I do after I finished rolling? I was trying to create a gap so I could heal. I drank a red and healed.
Why don't you use a blue?
I don't know if I needed a blue. I can't remember if I was out of
To
blue. I might
heal,
have had-
you should have healed with some of your blue stuff.
No, you can't do that.
Oh,
had plenty of blue.
Wait, you can't heal red with blue? You've been lying to me all
Not
these
like
years?
that. Not by drinking. Not by drinking.
It's tough stuff. Tough stuff. Bosox 2K1 3648. James mentions old round table as a joke, but Morgan, you should point him to where the original round table is in the capital. Have we not already been there? I believe we
Yeah.
have.
You
I forgot
might
about
just
that.
not have pointed it out.
I was
I would
confused when I
find
found
it
that place. I guess
hard
there's
to imagine that I didn't say something about it.
it was confusing to me when I found it. So you would have remembered seeing it.
So this
think we
comment
did.
is for Danny. Comment for Danny in case he doesn't see it on the Dark Souls 2 episode 6. Adding here just in case. You're missing a new house in Majula, and the chest in Majula Mansion with the longsword should have had a moonlight longsword instead. You need to install the update files to the mod. You're missing things that should be in the mod.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
I'll make a note of that. That I need to update my mod.
Does
Update mod.
Elden Ring Part 78 not have a thumbnail? Doobie doobie doo. Elden Ring Part 78 looks like. Oh no, there's another one. It got re-uploaded. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, when were you in the old town?
I
It was a
will
long time ago
update my mod
when we were much younger.
as soon as we're done here. I'll do that so I don't forget.
No, there's one on there.
Brad Hahn. I've spent many hours farming the spot for the big Hahn. If James gets it in this video without even trying, I'm going to be so mad.
I hope I get it. I don't even know what the bighorn is, but I'll blow it. And then Ulastyle's botnet, even for James. I did not think that climbing down a couple of branches would turn into a 20-plus minute ordeal. Yes, that's just what I get for thinking I ever had a bead on the master. What? So it took too long?
Yeah. It's me, 1803, Morgan's face as he lose all hopes for James. It's getting there.
That implies you had hope. And
I did have hope.
Really?
Yeah. James slowly pulled it from my body. I mean, you've got everything you can from these guys, right? What do you mean? Like,
I didn't really see it. Was it the weird...
It was that I put bestial vitality on instead of
Is that-
rejection spell.
I think that's the face they're talking about.
maybe it's right before it. Are we sure that's the face? I think if you let it play a little bit longer, you'll see. Oh, that could be it. That's sad. You got everything you can from these guys, right?
What do you mean?
Like, there it is.
I'm gonna level up.
Oh, I
What
heard.
are you talking about?
Them just mad. Oh no! That could be a gift.
That I'm just mad.
He's giving up on life right there. Jesus.
Like,
We should clip that.
I'm still gonna.
am I
I'm gonna
praying? I look like I'm asking for help from a higher power.
Higher power, yeah.
Yeah, it's not even angry at that point. It's just defeat. It's just accepting.
Well, at least this isn't my life's work.
Wait a
Well,
second.
Good news, boys.
We did it.
We did it again. We didn't do any announcements this week, so we can do them at the end. Do you have any announcements?
Okay, here's the announcement.
Don't let's keep you up, James. If you need a nap.
Oh, I'm having tiredness going on. I don't have any announcements.
Cool.
I also don't have any announcements.
Okay. The only announcement I've got is that myself and young Zachary are playing Dead Island 2 on Twitch on the weekends now. Which
I love it.
it's a
could
great
you-
game.
You know what I'd love to see is if there, because I checked the stats and my beast computer cannot run that game. So if you want, you could give me some clips of Venice Beach, and I will go take pictures of the real life spots of it.
That's yep.
I think that was Zach's idea.
That was the idea.
So it's not that I want to claim the idea, but I would like to offer that if you get me the clips.
That was why we were playing through it, so we could get to Venice Beach and do
cool.
exactly that. But now
That's
you've
really
told
exciting.
everyone the video concept, and it's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's not an amazingly original idea. I have a question for you actually, because we were trying to figure this out. There's a portion of the game fairly early on where you work your way through this big hotel, and it's like a very pink hotel. And I think in the game it's got a weird name that it isn't called in real life, and I'm just wondering if you knew. Is it the Beverly Hills Hotel?
I mean, if it's
a
in
very pink
Venice,
hotel.
no.
It's not in
But
Venice. It's
it
in Los
probably
Angeles
would be the
somewhere.
Beverly
It's
Hills.
Bel Air, near Bel Air, maybe something like that. Beverly Hills, maybe.
I think it's the Beverly Hills Hilton, maybe.
It's very
It's not
pink.
the Pink Cadillac Hotel, Venice Beach.
No,
the
it's
Cadillac-
it's,
the Cadillac
it's
Hotel?
It's not in we haven't got to Venice yet. It's not by the beach. It's just a very big pink hotel.
In Hollywood or LA? Just LA in general.
It's somewhere near Hollywood or Bel Air, that kind of area.
I think it's the Beverly Hills something.
There's something called the Pink Motel.
The Pink Motel. It wasn't really a motel. It was like a big 5-star place, but the Pink Motel sounds like a great place to stay. What could possibly go wrong in the Pink Motel? I mean, geez. Oh, is this a real place? Oh my god. I would not stay there if you paid me £1 million.
Why?
Cadillac Jacks. What is going on? Why is it so pink and blue? Have you stayed in a motel before? That's another question I had for you guys because we don't have motels in this country, and
Oh yeah, I've stayed in a lot of motels. Done a lot of weird drugs in motels, man. No,
they look rough. I mean,
it's rough. Yeah,
okay.
it's terrible. Yeah, you don't want to do it, but yeah, sometimes you're like driving or your car breaks down somewhere, or
And you just
we
need a
have
place to stay.
great distances to travel here by car.
They just don't look clean to me or
They're not.
safe. No,
They're not.
I think that you're talking about the Beverly Hills Hotel is what I was thinking it was, because it's like it's Beverly Hills
So,
something hotel, just Beverly Hills Hotel.
I'm going to Google that and see if.
I mean, I'm looking at it now. It's all pink.
Yeah, this looks like the same place. Yeah.
I have not specifically stayed at. Well, no, I've still stayed at like a Motel 8.
Yeah, that's a
but
motel.
luckily, when we were on the road, we usually weren't staying at Motel 8s. We would have a higher standard than that. So I've only stayed at those a handful of times, and I've never liked them. Motels are definitely it's worth the extra $10 to get the hell out of a motel.
If it was $10 between a motel and a hotel, I would definitely pick the hotel, like for $10.
Well, I mean, it's like you're not the motel is still. I mean, I don't know. Maybe back when you were doing what you're doing, Morgan, it was cheaper, but motels are still like $50 a night, and you get a decent hotel for like $70, $80 a night. And I'm not saying a great hotel, but a decent hotel, because the opposite is an indecent motel.
Dark Page says when he was in pest control, he definitely sprayed a few motels for bed bugs.
Yeah, which is not how you even get rid of bed bugs. Like they'll just come right back unless you nuke the whole place.
You know, actually, what motels remind me.
The only time I ever saw bed bugs in person, like at a hotel, was at a very fancy, expensive hotel in Cleveland. It might have been Cincinnati, but I was really surprised because I checked every shitty hotel I was at and never saw them. The only time I ever witnessed them firsthand was at a hotel in, I think it was Cleveland,
Oof,
the one that's next to the river. Yeah.
Ironic.
Yeah.
But,
it was at a place called Omni Hotel, I think is what it was. And it wasn't that expensive. It was just really fancy looking. It had lots of like, the molding was really fancy and the doors were really special.
you know what motels remind me of? And I don't know if you have this in America, but we have these places called holiday parks, like Butlins or Pontins or whatever, and they're just like really crappy like chalets, which are just like blocks of, and they look a lot like motels actually, and they're also very grim. But there's a few on-site amenities like a swimming pool and a play park, and like a hall where people do song and dance in the evenings, and it's just like the most grim place to go on. And that's kind of what motels sort of remind me of. But I guess that's not a thing in America.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
There is a bedbugregistry.com, and you can look up any place. And in Cincinnati, it came up with 100 results of places that have or have been reported to have bed bugs.
I guess Cincinnati has a problem.
Oh, there are no bed bug encounters here. No, it lists every hotel, and the red ones have reports.
And what was the name of the hotel you stayed in?
It was either Cleveland or Cincinnati, and it was called the Omni Hotel.
Okay, so you might be in the wrong city, but that's okay.
I'll look up Cleveland.
I don't remember which one's on the river next to right on the border of Kentucky, because it was the one that was on the river.
Well, it says the Omni La Mansión del Rio. I guess it's not that one. There's the Omni Riverfront Hotel in New Orleans, Louisiana. I guess it's not that one. There's the Omni Detroit River Palace Hotel. Guess it's not that one. Why are we just looking for hotels that James
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm curious.
Well, when we figure out whether it was Cincinnati or
We'll get back to you guys.
We'll get back to you guys.
Gotta go. Bye.
We've nailed the state down.